Hi all, I'm Waldemar. Welcome to chessadelic.com. We're going to have a look at the game Radjabov Jean-G from the MTEL Masters Chess Tournament in Sofia, Bulgaria 2008. In this position it is white Radjabov to move. He has the advantage due to the fact that his pieces are more aggressively placed, that he controls the f-file, and that he has pressure against the e7 pawn. Now he finds a very interesting way to exploit these factors and starts a deeply calculated combination. He plays rook f7. This attacks the e7 pawn for the third time. Notice that the white rook cannot be taken due to the pin of the bishop on e6. But black of course played bishop takes g4. Now did Radjabov miss this move maybe? After all, if queen takes g4, queen takes g4, black is winning of course. Or if after bishop takes g4 rook e7, then rook e7, bishop e7, and now for instance a5, a4, and black is simply a piece up. So after bishop g4, can you see what excellent move Radjabov played now? You may want to pause the video to take some time and find out. I will count to 5 and then we'll show the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Radjabov played bishop f6, a very nice move. He now threatens to take on g7 of course. Notice that bishop takes f6 is not possible due to the mate on h7. So that means that the bishop on g7 is pinned. So black chooses to give up the queen and hopes to create a fortress now. He plays e takes f6. After a move like rook g8, what he also could have played, there could have followed h3, chasing the bishop, and now for instance bishop e6, rook takes e7, queen c8, bishop takes g7, rook g7, queen f6, pinning the rook and threatening to take it with mate on g7, queen g8, forced, rook e6, and black can resign. There is still a horrible pin over the g7 square against the king on h8, and the pawn on c6 will fall, after which white will have two very strong passed pawns and will win the game. So therefore black chose to give up the queen with e takes f6. There followed rook takes d7, bishop takes d7, and e takes f6. Now black could have tried to bring his bishop into safety with bishop f8, but then after f7, rook c8, queen f6 check, bishop g7, queen d6, bishop f5, h3, g5, g4, and bishop g6. White has gained access to vital white squares in the middle of the board, and after queen d7, rook f8, queen takes c6, black's position collapses. So that's why Jean-G, after e takes f6, decided not to play bishop f8, but to play a5, a4, and to try and set up some kind of fortress. Now Radjabov took the bishop of course, and the smoke has now cleared. White is up the queen against rook and bishop. But can he break down black's fortress? King f2. Yes, he can. Watch this king. h6. King e1. Rook e6. Black can't do much really. He has to make sure that white's queen will not enter with a decisive effect. Furthermore, he has to keep an eye on his weak c6 pawn. Now followed queen g3, bishop e8, king d2, g5, king c3, king f8. Black is playing around a little bit, but white really has a significant plan. King b4, bishop f7, king a5, king g7, king b6, here comes the king, king f8, king c7, king g7, and now king d7. This fantastic wonder king has become a major attacking unit. Now the black pieces slowly have to give way. The bishop cannot go to e8 anymore, and if the rook moves away from the e-file, then for example there could follow rook g6, queen e5 check, king h7, g4, locking up the king side, bishop g8, h3, white is in no hurry, bishop f7, king e7, bringing the king even closer, bishop g8, king f8. Notice that now there is always a mating threat on g7, bishop e6, about the only move that black can play, queen c7 check, king h8, and queen takes c6. And also in this position, of course, black's position is collapsing. So, that's what could have happened if black would have moved his rook away from the e-file. But after king d7 he didn't play that. In the game he played king f8, and then there followed queen f2. Now the white queen wants to enter over the f-file, rook g6, queen f5, really coming into the heart of black's position now, h5, g3, and black resigned. There could have followed h4, an exchange on h4, the simple h3, making this pawn on h4 a permanent weakness, king g7, queen f4, attacking the pawn on h4, rook h6 protecting, queen g5 check, king h7, queen f5 check, bishop g6, queen e5, and on the next move the pawn on c6 will fall. A very nice game by Radjabov, and that ends our analysis of this game. Thank you for watching, and until next time. Bye.